Go on, go.
My name is Dshanka Djuric and I'm playing Rose in Peace.
As crazy as it sounds, I do believe forever exists.
I think that it is a play that a lot of people can connect to because it's something, death is something that everyone deals with at some point in their life, and everyone goes through exactly what Noah goes through. I think it's good because it, at the end, it's not just like a happy ending, it's more of a kind of realization that, life does move on. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. I think a lot of people get stuck in the past and find it hard to move on, but, really, as sad as it sounds, you should, because you don't want to be stuck in the past.
Death isn't the end. The other side shouldn't be feared, it should be embraced.
I think how caring Rose is. I don't think a lot of people at first realise the depth of how much she cares. She, even though she does lie to Noah, and again, people may say that it's selfish, but really it was a real selfless act because she, in her head, it was the best thing to do. And that's a real caring thing to do.
And we may no longer be physically available, but I know for a fact that I will always, always be there for the ones that I loved emotionally.
I think my favourite, I don't know if it was exactly a moment, but I would say the whole, the bonding we've had. I feel like I've made friends for life. I feel like, it's such a great thing to bring a group together and we can all be crazy and all, speak about things that, maybe, a bit sensitive or a bit insensitive, it's beautiful that we've created this massive family.
We leave a big part of us behind. A part of us is cherished for moments to be shared or in your own comfort.
I love acting because I love to tell a story. Every performance that someone does in acting is telling a story. You're a character and you're telling that character's story, and I think that's such a beautiful thing. And also I love to make people feel things. That's such a powerful thing to be able to do a performance and someone go home and go, that really touched me, that really made me feel exactly, what that person was feeling, and I can relate to that. And I think that's an absolutely beautiful thing to do, to be able to have that impact on people through performance. So what was your initial thoughts when you first read the script of Peace?
It tells this really poignant story of something that I think that everybody experiences in life. We're only promised apparently two things: one, that we're going to be taxed, and the second, that we're going to die. And it tells that story of what somebody goes through, not just one person but a family, a group of people, how something that we know is a given is how that sort of has an effect on more than one people, and how other people and characters deal with that problem. I find it fascinating, and I think you don't know until you're in that situation, and it's different every single time. So I loved that aspect of it, but I also loved that it gave characters this ability to tell something that we've all experienced, this normality of life, of what life is like, that it's a little bit theatrical, it's a little bit inconvenient, it gets in the way. And I think this performance, this piece really shows that life isn't really on our side, we're kind of playing by its own music. I'd love for someone to go home and go, this is like my life. This is these are the moments that I influence. I can change these things. You know, the weather isn't important. We all talk about the weather. We all waste time like speaking about things that we can't change. We can't change when someone dies. We don't have that control. But we can change the way that people remember us, the effect that we have on people, like the effort that you put into fixing problems or creating new ones, like opportunities and exploring like new avenues. We see our characters go through each one of these kind of pathways, as it were, and it's something that I don't think that people do enough in the real world, is living life, is exploring possibilities and listening. People always say, oh, like, no one tells me what to do, or, you know, like, you know, that kind of, but I believe that the signs are there. Like, sometimes they are really faint and they're just a whisper, and you have to really listen for them, but you have to trust in something, and you can only like look back and go, that was right, but commit to a decision. So if someone leaves the performance and goes, do you know what, I've always wanted to go do this, or I've always wanted to be with this person, or I'm not happy, I want to change this, or I've got this amount of time left, I can do this, that would be incredible. That kind of inspiration to go and do something. Realising people's potential, giving that kind of palette of colours to an artist to say, put some more purple here, be more green. Like, I'm very, I like imagery, so I love that ability to realise someone's potential, for someone to go, I can do it like this and it is good, or let's do it like this and it's even better. I've loved that kind of family bond that we've got with each other, and I will miss it greatly.
My name's Peedell and I'm playing Noah in Peace. How have you been singing?
Please don't ask.
Just tell me.
I really don't.
Just tell me.
Half a year.
Do you love him? No, I feel like he's going to start making steps in the right direction.
Do you?
And, yeah, and I think he will move on, especially after reading Rose's note, even though...
Do you want him to move on?
Yes, I do want Noah to move on. I think he needs to. I think after the note, it's kind of closure for him. So he'll be able to expand as a human being. And like Rose says in the note, hopefully he'll be able to find love again. And I'm sure he will. And, yeah.
Don't you dare say anything. I was there, I was just dying. I was there.
Don't you fucking dare go there! Don't you dare! I think art is up for interpretation, because obviously someone can look at one piece and see a different thing to someone else. So I think art is just whatever you feel it is, and whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I just think art should be something that you take a personal experience away from. We were in love. She drove me mad probably 70% of the time, and she knew how to push my buttons, but I was in love with her. Obviously, I think, well, it made me feel emotional. I could tell it was obviously quite deep in that sense. But I liked the characters. I was drawn, I felt I could relate to some of them. I felt...
Which ones did you relate to?
When I first read it, I felt like I related to Peter more, because, I don't know, in my life I've never really been through a super traumatic experience. So I felt like I could relate to Peter more in terms of trying to be there for a friend and tell them that everything's going to be okay. But since I've been playing Noah, actually, I do prefer the character of Noah now, and that's because I think it's meant I can act a side of me that I'm not usually open to all the time. So I think that's been good for me, and it's helped me expand as an actor and as a person as well. Well, I've been in situations like that before where, in previous relationships, where I've got that angry, not at the person, but just at the situation. And so in that moment, I can relate to that. And
what has that taught you?
that it's okay to let out your emotions sometimes. And obviously, I don't think you should do it out in public, but in the privacy of a room like that, I think it's okay to just be angry and just let yourself kind of go a little crazy.
Hello! We're in mid-flow. Hi, my name's Nia and I play Fiona in the play piece. I'd say stop being so protective, you crazy woman, and chill.
That's what everybody says, but in the end, someone gets hurt, and right now, that's my son. So if you don't mind, leave, please. Next time I won't be as polite.
I do, in terms of the scattiness, she's very sort of sometimes like, oh, I forgot that, and oh, I need that. I'm a little bit like that, always rushing around, so yeah. So maybe I need to chill a little bit.
I'm here, so I can pop along.
It's been great fun. Look forward to it every week. And it's been really nice to see how we've all sort of progressed as a group and we've all become really close because we've had to be so intimate with each other in a really short space of time, which is how you make great friends. So, yeah.
Maybe you should give her a call. That'd be nice. Get you out of the house. I have her number somewhere. Oh, she really is a wonderful girl and got a lot going for her. I'll put her number over here on this table.
Yes, to just keep going with it and to not sort of just find something new every time you do it and always come in with lots of energy and try your best.
Just ran into Peedell on the way here. Nice boy he is. Looked a bit glum. Hope you were nice to him.
Yeah, I think just like the whole scope of it all, how it's like a relationship and the journey that everyone goes on because we all have relationships and we all go through them in our life. So it's quite relatable to the fact of, anyone in your life that you're really close to and things that can come up and how you deal with those. So, yeah. Good question. I would not care as much because sometimes I overthink everything and actually you should just be crazy and amazing and bold and hopefully it'll get you to where you want to be.
Fucking come and watch it.
Amazing.
I'm Charlotte Nash, aka Pixie, and I'm playing the character Hayley in Peace.
Every emotion you can possibly think of, and I think I spent the majority of my time crying. And it's crazy because missing him came in waves, and most of the time I just felt like I was drowning. I couldn't breathe. All I wanted was to just breathe.
I know how you feel. I think I can personally relate to Hayley 100%, going through some very similar things that she has gone through, but also from her relationship with Noah, I think she's completely trying to console him and really get him to open up. And again, I've been in a very similar situation, so yeah, I 100% know how Hayley's feeling throughout this play, for sure.
Especially at a time like this, I was worried about you.
That's not why you're here. What do you want?
What do you mean?
I think they would really maybe sit back and think on their own perceptions of life and death, their own experiences of grief. If they haven't been unlucky enough to grieve over somebody, maybe make them appreciate their loved ones a bit more. And you know, there are humorous moments as well, so at the very least they would go home having had a bit of a giggle, which is always nice.
Thank you for coming today.
It's okay. You're one of my oldest friends and I was worried about you. I didn't want you to be alone. I care about you.
I think a sense of harmony, being happy and content with yourself, with life, with people around you, and just having that sense of kind of complete and utter happiness, that joy and bliss that you just feel at one. Zen.
Yeah, I never did understand why people wear black to funerals. It's not the most cheerful of colours, is it? I think it actually makes you feel worse. You're supposed to celebrate the person's life, not wallow in it.
I really love Fiona. I think she's brilliantly written. I think everyone could pick a person in their life that has a little element of Fiona in it. I just think she's great. I just think she marches to the beat of her own drum, and she has a really caring spot in her, obviously, for Noah, and she can be very ice cold, but I think she is just, I think she's fabulous. I think she's really funny, and I don't think you could walk into a room and not smile. Whether it was a genuine, I like you smile, or, oh my God, you're just such a nut. Either way, you would smile. Yeah. I think, yeah, I love Fiona.
How's your mum? Look like she lost a bit of weight.
Yeah, she's fine.
What's she up to now? Husband number 6? Can never keep up with her, you know.
She's still divorced. How long did you say Noah would be?
Oh, I won't be long.
Okay, it's just I really need to tell him something.
How much was that red dress your mum wore for a wedding? I assume it wouldn't cost a lot, being it wasn't a traditional wedding dress.
Look, can you just ask Noah to give me a ring? I've got somewhere to be.
It's really reignited my passion for theatre. Again, not doing anything since graduating uni. Performance-wise, I realised doing this how much I've actually missed it and how much I really want to make theatre and performance a big integral part of my life. It's just such a passion and love of mine that I don't want to lose that really nice, warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you work with an amazing group of performers and artists and create something amazing.
We talked about things. Like getting married.
Oh my gosh. Art is expression in whatever way you can find it, however you can utilise your experiences, your feelings, your life, just however you can get yourself and present it to the world. I think it's just an incredible thing, and I think it's very, very underrated. I think everyone should find some artistic expression of themselves and just let it shine.
Being part of an ensemble and...
Hey! Are you filming me?
My name is Jeremy Collins-Webb and I am playing Peter.
Oh, it's sick. This is not how I was expecting my night to end.
Sorry you drink that much.
Mate, I can smell the bar on you. You're lucky I came and found you when I did. It's been really thoroughly enjoyable to work with such like-minded people. We all really work together, and we all have been experimenting with our imaginations and really coming together with our own ideas and sharing. It's been great. Do you know, I think there's actually something moving in there. And in here. Noah, are you having a Tupperware party that I'm not aware of? Yes. I think a lot of people have experienced grief in their life, and to see this kind of pain and trying to handle that is really quite something special that a lot of people, I think, will relate to when they watch. And they will hopefully go on Noah's journey with him, just as he does, and recognise the stages that he went through in their own lives.
Beautiful.
I miss her so much.
Me too. Because I like to bring joy to people, I suppose, and I think it's really important for people to go into the theatre and learn something, or to take something away with them by seeing a story and having that for them to see something in that story that they can pick out in their own lives, or even if it's just like a feeling or like a moment, or like a connection or a relationship on stage, and for that to strike a chord with someone. And I think that is such an important thing for people to experience, and way for people to connect in life, yeah. Especially when it came to you. No one ever spoke about me the way she spoke about you. I think people I've met who sort of, when I tell them I'm an actor, they're like, oh, I could never do that, or I have terrible stage fright and stuff. I think for me, performing is not just about that. It's very much about coming together with a group of people and bringing something to share with other people.